Hey everyone, welcome to another Dennis Kirk Tech Tip. Today we're going to show you how to lube a cable, specifically a clutch cable on a dirt bike today, but this applies for every type of motorcycle that has a cable. Throttle cable, clutch cable, street bike, dirt bike, Harley. Super easy, and we're going to show you how to do it here in just a couple minutes. So what you need for this job are a cable luber. We're going to use a Motion Pro Cable Luber, which is available at Dennis Kirk. You need some tools to remove your clutch lever. In this case, with the Yamaha, it's a 10mm and an 8mm socket. Of course, you're going to need some lube. We rely on Maxima MPPL as it lubricates great. It's not messy, and it maintains its lubrication properties well. Also have some contact cleaner to clean up the excess MPPL that's going to run out the end of the cable when it's properly lubed. So let's get to work. All right, so first thing you need to do is gain access to the end of the cable. In this instance, it's a clutch lever that you have to remove to get to the cable. So like I said, it's a little 10mm nut. The Yamaha's clutch perch is threaded all the way through, so you need to unscrew the pivot bolt as well. Okay, so we're gonna reduce the tension on the fly clutch perch so that we can get the clutch cable out. Get this little housing out. And there you go. Clutch lever off the cable. And right there, that's the axis we need to get to. So after taking this apart, you can see just how grimy and grungy the pivot system, the pivot area, and the cable and lever get. So use a little contact cleaner, get some of that spooge out of there. Got that thing all cleaned up, good to go. So this is the Motion Pro Cable Luber. The way it works essentially is we're going to insert the cable housing into there, and the cable comes out a tiny hole here. Tighten it down and insert the spray tip into here, and it will force lube into the cable. So let's get the cable in there. Once it's in, cable's coming out the edge. You make sure the housing is butted up against the edge of the inside of the luber. Tighten it up. The newer Motion Pro has 2 adjustment dials. The ones when I was a kid had 1. So we like to use Maxima MPPL, multi-purpose penetrant lube. This is good for all sorts of things that pivot, brake pedal tip, shifter tip, anything that needs to move freely. So we're going to insert the tip into there. Okay, we got that in. Now, if you look down, the clutch cable comes out. Here's the clutch actuation arm. Lube's eventually going to flow out of that, so you want to be prepared to catch it so it doesn't get all over your floor. Have a little rag there. Okay, so there's going to be high pressure here. Chances are lube's going to come out the front and back of the luber, so you want to have a rag here just in case. And we're going to just let it go until you see the lube start coming out the bottom of the cable. Okay, so the lube is starting to come out the base of the cable, which means it's made its way all the way through the housing, and we can stop spraying the MPPL. Remove the Motion Pro Cable Luber. Opposite process. Use our rag to clean up all the excess lubricant and reassemble the clutch perch. So the first step is to get the housing inserted back in the quick adjust. Put the cable back in the lever. Make sure everything lines up and there's no binding on the cable, which would cause it to fray. Always start your threads by hand so you don't cross thread. You want to snug this down. Don't make it super tight because it would cause the perch to bind. Don't forget to reinstall the nut on the bottom. That too you want to snug up and not smash down tight. Cause some binding in your lever. You have to carefully get the rubber housings back in order. This slips over the quick adjuster and allows you to adjust it while you're riding in the air. Let's check the lever. That's too much play, so you adjust the play out. Want to have just a little bit of free play in there. Swipe this all up. Yeah, buttery smooth. Totally tell that the cable has been lubed. Last step is to clean up all the extra lube that you might have got all over the place. And there you have it. Probably a 5-10 minute job using Maxima lubricants and a Motion Pro Cable Luber. No excuse not to do this next time you work on your bike.